back to another video on Josh's Chart Lab YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be showing a trade I took on EURCAD. Um, so with EURCAD, I posted in my public Telegram channel that I was looking for the equal lows on the daily charts to get ran. That was my drawn liquidity from the beginning of the week. So I let Monday's trading go by without me, but I traded into DUSD, and then Tuesday came and then EURCAD presented a setup. So with EURCAD, I didn't take this trade on a live account, on my funded account. I only took it on a verification account I'm doing. Um, so I didn't risk any real cash on this account or this trade. So as I said, because I already hit my weekly objective. So what did I look at? What was I looking at? And where did I enter? And what was the premise of this trade? So we had those daily equal lows. You can look at your charts, you'll see them. They're very clean equal lows. Will they get ran? I'm not too sure. We'll have to see what happens. But that was the drawn liquidity. We want price to trade towards those daily equal lows. So we're looking for bearish price action. So if we look at Tuesday's trading, which was yesterday, today's date is the 8th of June 2022. Yesterday was the 7th of June 2022. Okay, so once again, for this trade, for the setup, I was using the model I shared in the Telegram channel. And this is a classic ICT sell day profile. There was a market maker sell model in play, and there was a daily PD array where we had that small money reversal creating the half the day in London. So we can see that we opened here at midnight. We had the Judah swing, creating the high of the day at 1.34772 between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. While doing that, creating the high of the day, we traded into a daily bearish order block, and we traded up one standard deviation of the Asian range. Okay, creating the high of the day. Then we saw the displacement lower. Leading up into New York, we had 10 a.m. CAD news, medium impact. Okay, and then on the 15-minute chart, this is a fair value gap. So on your 15-minute chart, you'll see this is a fair value gap. Price then drops lower, and then so from this high to this low, you anchor your fib to find the OTE, the optimal trade entry zone. So from this high to this low, okay, we can see that price then pulled back, went down. So leading up into 9 a.m. So what I wanted to see is if price was going to trade up into this 15-minute fair value gap and inside the OTE range. So when price was trading down here, ideally I didn't want to see this low get taken out. That if this low got taken out, that would have decreased the probability of price coming back up here, or would have decreased the probability of the trade in general. So the fact that we didn't take this low was a good sign. Okay, so after that, now what I was waiting for, I wanted to see us run some stops. So we created buy side liquidity here, and there was this fair value gap, and this was the OTE. So I wanted to see price come up into here and then have some sort of reaction. Okay, so we came up, took out the buy stops, okay, trade up into the fair value gap on the 15-minute chart, trade up into the OTE. Okay, I didn't sell up here because my stop loss would have been too big, and I didn't really know where to place my stop loss based on getting my 50 pip objective. So I didn't want my risk reward to be too bad. So what I did is I waited for the stops to get ran, trade up into the PD array, which is the M15 fair value gap, inside OTE, inside the time window, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Then I went to the 1-minute chart, and that's where I found my entry. And I'm going to show you guys now where I got my entry. This dotted line actually is where the entry was, and my goal, as the model states, I'm targeting 50 to 75 pips max, and I liked how 50 pips lined up with the old low. Remember, you don't need the low to get ran, because at those lows there's also a PD array in the form of a rejection block, so sometimes price can respect that. That's what we have to keep in mind. So 50 pips was offered. I literally took profit at the low, and then my entry was at this dotted line right here, and then we had the move lower. Also, there was the big figure here, so we would have expected price to at least come and sweep that. With regards to also objectives, I used the swing projection, so from this low to this high, project it out and duplicate that range, and then that's the -1. Okay, so a lot of confidence lined up to take profit around that area right there. Okay, so let's go now to the 1 minute chart, and I'll show you guys exactly where I took my entry and why I took the entry I did. Okay, so we can see price came up, took the equal highs. Okay, so the liquidity was pushed into the M15 fair value gap. Inside also the OTE range. Okay, and after doing that, I wanted to see if we got some sort of displacement breaking structure. Then that would have given me some sort of confirmation that, okay, this could go lower and I'm on the right side. So after we came up into the OTE, we saw displacement low, we created this fair value gap. Then price went up, respect to the fair value gap and the order block, and then another leg of displacement. So this leg here was the confirmation, because then after this leg of displacement we broke structure, we took out the swing low, so we ran stops and then we broke structure and then we left. What's this is the fair value gap. Okay, so this is pretty much the model ICT is teaching on his YouTube channel. So this was the fair value gap. So as soon as price came back up into that, it came up into that 10 a.m. on exactly when the news came out. So the news released at 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m. I went short there, and I had an 8 pips stop loss. 8 pips. So my stop loss, I placed it above these two consecutive up close candles. This is the bearish order block, and with this fair value gap. Ideally, you don't want to see price break above that if we are in fact bearish, and we should trade lower. So that was my entry, that was my stop loss. Okay, and my target, as I said, was 50 pips, and also lining up with the swing projection low. So that was my take profit, was literally at the lows, lining up with the swing projection low. Okay, and then after I entered, price came down, went back up again to my entry, and then we just had kind of this lackluster price action, traded lower softly, lower, and then finally today in London, my objective got hit. My actual take profit didn't get hit. I closed this manually as price was trading down. I was looking at it and I closed, because I knew that I've seen this too many times when you expect price to run a low and this happens. Like, you wouldn't want to be in the trade now if it was pulling back this aggressively. Will we run these lows out? I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But I expect it to at least run these equal lows. Maybe what they could do is consolidate it or pull it back and then run the lows on the back of the Euro news tomorrow, which is Thursday. I think there's Euro news on Thursday. I'll have to double check that. But this was the setup. This was the play. EURCAD. Told everyone this is what I was watching. This is what I waited for. This was the model. It was a classic sell day. The time and the price met. There was confluence. It was a very beautiful trade. Gave the 50 pips as the model states. So yeah, it was a very nice trade. So now moving forward for the week, now I really don't care because it's Wednesday already, and I only look to enter as the model states Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So now that it's Wednesday, I already found two high probability good setups in InterD, USD, and EURCAD. Now I'm just chilling and just going to be watching what price action does, and we'll see what Euro news do tomorrow, which is Thursday. Today, last time I checked on Forex Factory, there weren't any high impact or medium impact major news. So it could just be a lackluster day, but we'll have to see how that unfolds. So with that being said, I hope you guys learned something in this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.